What's going on? It's Chris from the Dating Doc, and I wanted to tell you a quick story. Hopefully, you men over 40 and those under 40 can learn from it and apply when it comes to the dating game. Really, this is the life game. So, first off, please click like and subscribe. I am a underdog dating channel. I swear I've been shadow banned at least once, and it would be super helpful. It takes you 2 seconds. Just hit like and subscribe. I'm not Mr. Beast, but holy smokes, I want to get some subscribers here. So I was walking around this outside mall that we have here in San Antonio, and it's one of those where it's a happening spot. You got a lot of shops, you got a corner full of restaurants and bars, but most importantly, I go there to clear my head, and my point was to read a book, right? I wanted to get out the house, go to this one coffee shop and read a book. Now, while I was observing, I noticed a whole bunch of kids. Okay, I can say that now at my age, whether they're college kids or high school kids, I can see that these guys were going after some girls, right? They're trying to talk to some girls, but very fidgety, very loud, right? And it reminded me of how dating was when I was in high school or early 20s, right? A lot of peacocking, a lot of loud noise, a lot of let me try to get their attention in very silly ways. So this video, it's all about how men in their 40s date, men over 40 date or approach women compared to young guys. Now, obviously, I'm going to use today's story as an example, as a way to illustrate some of the things that a man over 40 needs to do. The first thing, I was talking about how they're real fidgety, dancing, being loud, trying to get these two teenage or young 20s women's attention. The thing about a man over 40, okay, is we are code with our movements. We are very stoic, we're very smooth, however you want to call it, right? You notice that it is rare that you see a man over 40 at a nightclub trying to dance up on a woman and grab her by the hips and see if she'll reciprocate, right? If she'll back it on up. That is a move that a gentleman in his 20s and 30s does. I even say if you're in the 30s, you're kind of a little too old to be doing that. So this is what separates a young man from a man over 40, is that if I'm walking around that mall and I see a woman that I'm interested in, I'm not gonna be hooping and hollering. I'm not gonna be pretending I'm on the phone yelling. I'm not going to be causing a scene. And to me, that's a sign of confidence and experience, right? So the first thing is you have got to be smooth with it. And it comes natural. It's not even about being smooth because of dating or because you're approaching a woman. You're just calm. You just have a calm demeanor anyway. Calm does not mean weak. Calm does not mean that you lack confidence. It just means that you are so in control of yourself that you don't have to act a fool, right? So I noticed that as I'm walking outside the coffee shop, the barista's like, hey, have a good day, right? And some good energy. As I'm walking out, again, I got a book in my hand. I'm looking around at where my last page was so I can put the bookmark in. And as I look up, yeah, I get attention from a nice looking mom, right? She had been maybe late 30s or mid 40s. And I just keep it walking, right? I'm not out here like, oh my gosh, let me holler at you, girl. Right, so this is the difference, is that a grown man acts like a grown man, right? And a lot of it is just being just very calm. So the other thing is situations come to you. If you're a man over 40 and you're a confident man who has been defined by experiences, hustle, and effort, right? You just have this aura about you. You let situations dictate themselves instead of you trying to force these situations or force attraction in a woman, right? And what I've seen also today, where these older men, right, could be in their 50s or 60s, borderline following the woman they're interested in, right? Or maybe they're just checking them out. Let situations come to you, right? So literally, my mission was to read, people watch a little bit, and just clear my mind before I had to do some business work. That is my mission. My mission is not, I hope I see a good looking woman, I'm gonna go up to her and I'm gonna try, I gotta get a number. I'm not worried about that. And the less that I'm worried, the more situations will come to you. So as I enter a Barnes & Noble, again, I'm just very chilled out. I had to use the bathroom. Get out the bathroom. I'm looking around, just like looking around at the books. And again, make eye contact with a woman, and she gives me a little smile, and she fixes her hair. This woman had to been maybe late 20s, right? Again, gave me choosing signals. Now, I'll admit today I just wasn't in the mood to go stop and talk to a woman, right? I'm going to tell you straight up. There's going to be other videos where I'll say, yeah, I shot my shot. I just wasn't in the mood today. Maybe it might have been the weather. Maybe it's the fact that I just wanted to be my own energy, but I didn't approach it. But what's more important is because I didn't feel like I had an approach, because I didn't feel like I had to get validation from that woman, is the reason it's a follow-up to that confidence later on. Does that make sense? Right? Stay with me here. Because I didn't feel like I have to approach to test my validation, that smoothness, that part of being cold, it just stays with me, right? Where if I felt like I had to shoot my shot every single time, just oh man, am I worthy? Is she gonna like me? No, I ain't worried about that. I'm on a mission. I wanted to read, I wanted to look around and get out of there, right? And because I'm on that mission mindset, then I get the attention. So keep that in mind. The other thing you got to do if you're an older man is you need to sell yourself through your authentic confidence and not through material name dropping, right? But I did approach any of these women that gave me choosing signals. I'm not going to say, hey, do you want to take a ride in my 2021 Audi? Do you want to, I'm not going to go the way of money or try to get them with something like that. Because first off, you have just shown that your worth is tied to material goods, right? To your car or whatnot, instead of who you are as a person. These younger women, they want mentorship, whether they admit it or not. They want a leader. They want experience. They want to know, why is this guy so smooth in his swagger? Why is this guy not going down to my level and talk about Snapchat filters and all kinds of craziness? She has to prove something to me because I'm just being me. But the second an older man feels like he has to try to impress a woman with the material goods or talk about how much money he makes as a lawyer and all that stuff, it's a silly game. Now she's in control. And now you've lost out because you don't even believe in who you are as a person, to the point you got to sell them on the cars and the silliness. So if you approach a woman, right? And again, I told you that today I wasn't feeling like it. But if I were to approach one of those ladies, I would say, hey, look, I'm not trying to be a stranger danger, but you seem pretty attractive, and I just want to pass by, introduce myself, right? So when I say that, I'm going to break this down. When I say, I'm not stranger danger, or, I'm not trying to be stranger danger, I'm trying to disarm her, because I know she's going to be feeling like, what is this guy doing? Who's this guy coming up to me? And her cortisol levels are rising. She wants to protect herself, right? Because they all think all men are up to, right? Hashtag. So I do that. And then I just say, look, I'm just passing by. That means it's a short-lived interaction. If she likes me, she's going to engage, right? Or even if she likes me, she might be the type that might be a little bit socially awkward because she's shy. But she's going to give me some sort of indirect choosing signal, whether it's nonverbal, that she wants to engage, right? She'll say thank you and smile, right? And if she's standing facing you, that's worthwhile. That means something, right? If she's turning her body sideways or is trying to, get away, you're like, cool. You just get out of there. You're like, cool. Hey, nice to meet you. Hope you have a good day, right? She's engaging, especially if it's at Barnes & Noble, right? The bookstore I was talking about. I would say, okay, so I see what kind of books you're in. I'm actually into self-development books. Have you ever read such and such? You get into that conversation, right? And you got to be funny. You got to create enough confidence, enough space to be like, isn't it kind of wild how the Starbucks menu at Barnes & Noble is like super limited? I'm actually going down there right now. Did you want to grab a tea? I'll get you something. No pressure. Everything's all about no pressure, but showing her you have the confidence to want to continue to engage. Now, if you're some guy in her 20s, you're like, hey, you're pretty hot. Can I get your Instagram? Can I get this? Can I get that? A man over 40, a grown man, doesn't move that way. And it goes back to my first topic at hand. You have to be smooth at it. And it goes to my second topic, second theme is you are the mentor. You don't have to drop to their level. You don't have to start acting like some 20-year-old, loud, crazy, fidgety kid. All right. So maybe this might be something that applies to a younger gentleman, or if you are older and you need a little bit of my story to help you boost up your game, to help you feel more natural around women, and to remind you that you're a man of wisdom and experience. Use it. So again, please click like and subscribe. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's Chris, the Dating Doc. Peace.